Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Writing with Dice podcast, the podcast where we outline a new movie every single week using our patented dice game. I actually did it that time. I actually got through the whole little spiel completely decently. Oh, I'm actually happy. I'm Colin Burns. With me, as always, Liberty Roundtree. How are you doing today, man?
Yep. I'm doing pretty good. Got some food with me today. Some delicious sandwiches, French fries that I will be eating on the side, not into my microphone.
Okay, thank you.
So you guys are welcome for that.
We're not going to be doing big into the ASMR thing today, and I'm actually joining you. I'm going to be having a cheeky drink during the podcast.
So, as a nice, I guess, appreciation of us, a dynamic duo, we actually have a focus of today's podcast, which is we're going to be making one of the most cliched, I guess?
Cliched? Okay,
beloved,
it is very cliched, though. It's beloved, but it is very
one
cliched.
One of the best duos you could write into a movie, and that is the buddy cops. We're going to be trying to do a buddy cop movie, regardless of the setting we get. If it's in space, it's a space buddy cop movie. If we got to rip off Infinity War, it's the Infinity War buddy cop movie.
There's two Thanos.
We're going to do what we can.
There's two Thanoses harassing and bullying each other the entire time as they fuck up the Avengers. Great.
Thanos and then his hothead partner, Renegade.
Oh, God.
I'm getting too old for this, Renegade. Renegade's like, you got to take some risks to get those Infinity Stones, Thanos.
Was the last time you did a Despot, Thanos?
All right, I say we just go right into it. Why don't we?
Yeah, absolutely. So the first thing we gotta do, we gotta define if we're deciding our genre now or later, and we're just gonna roll our d6, and we got a 3. So that means we don't get our genre until the end.
That's okay. You know what? The genre doesn't matter because we can apply any of these genres, especially musical, to buddy cops. Like, it works in every setting.
Yeah, don't you guys remember all the classic buddy cop musicals you've ever watched in your life?
Don't you remember Rush Hour, the musical? We all love that one.
Yeah, great. Remember the Other Guys, the musical? Great.
Oh, God. Okay. Too many titles in that one. All right. Let's move on to the next part, which is going to be our first wild card. So how are we gonna, before we even know what we're doing other than buddy cop movie, how are we screwing up the script today?
Yeah, great. So the first wild card that we have to make is 13. What is 13?
It's Chad decides.
Chad decides. So the first person to highlight a message decides between 1, someone gets shot in the last scene written. We'll just have to do that randomly. At an out of place unnecessary fart joke, out of place celebrity cameo of their choosing, or a gratuitously violent scene. And we're not talking like it's like kind of violent. We're talking we're just going to throw a Saw scene in the middle of this movie. Like we're going to get absolutely... It's going to be off-puttingly violent, and we're just going to have to put it in this movie whether or not it fits. We could get that musical comedy, and we have to throw it. Cameo from Kevin Hart.
A cameo from Kevin Hart! Oh!
All right,
see, that's the thing, though, is that a cameo from Kevin Hart means that he can't be in our buddy cops, though. He's a cameo. He can't be one of the main characters.
We're limiting our Kevin Hart exposure in this movie to just a cameo. But you know what? It worked for Hobbs and Shaw. It'll be fine. It'll work for us, too.
Yeah, Hobbs and Shaw was basically a buddy cop movie.
Yeah. It completely was a buddy cop movie. It completely was.
It was a buddy movie, I guess.
It was a buddy international super spy, whatever. So
yes.
So the next one is we gotta start putting. We gotta decide if our character traits that we're gonna roll for are for a protagonist or protagonists in this case, or the antagonist. So we gotta roll a d6 for that.
And I think I was talking to Colin a bit before this, and I think the idea we had is that we're gonna get a lot of traits for our two dual protagonists, our two buddies, but that when it comes to the antagonist, can you name a notable antagonist in like a buddy cop movie where you're like, oh man, that character, that was the best villain I've ever seen?
Yeah, they're all just kind of cookie cutter, insert bad guy here that they get a moderately decent actor to play, but it is ultimately kind of wasted.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to grab one negative trait, and that's going to be their entire character.
Yes.
And even if it doesn't make sense, even if it's out of place, it's like, it's like the douchey player in Dungeons and Dragons who's like, that's what my character would do. That's what we're
They just use
that's
that
what
as
we're
the
gonna be
excuse to
writing
fuck with
about.
people the entire.
It
Great.
is.
Okay, so hold on, we're gonna roll
Yep.
a. We got a 6. So that means we get to apply the character
right,
traits
so
to the
we're doing-
protagonist.
All right, so let's form our 2 protagonists here. We're going to do the 2 positive traits, 1 negative trait. For our first guy, who we'll see what type of cliche he carves out to be, because usually it's hothead, level-headed. That's the 2 big ones.
It's the classic.
We're gonna
odd
see what
couple
kind of we get with
combination.
it.
It's the classic odd couple combination. We have
Yeah.
to kind of work with it. So the first first positive character trait we got for character 1, but I got 4. That means they are
Cooperative.
okay. So this person wants to make things work with the other buddy cop.
Yeah, they're okay with being in a team. Kind of more Will Ferrell and the other guys. I guess Jackie Chan and Rush Hour, those kind of vibes.
Yeah, the ones who are actually like
The one that doesn't hate having to be teamed up.
they're not the loose cannon, because the number 2
Yeah.
is going to have to end up being our loose cannon. Okay, so the second
Alright,
positive,
so let's
second
see what
positive trait. There's a bit of a delay here, so I apologize that we're talking over each other.
Oh, that's okay. Is that my internet again? Probably. I was
Yeah, just a
delayed
little
during the last podcast, right?
Yeah, you were just a little
Okay.
bit. Okay.
You carve out 2 more character traits. I have to restart my Discord because it
Oh,
worked
shit.
last time.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good.
Okay.
Go
You do the next
solo
character
for a
trait.
little bit.
I'll return.
Okay, shit. Sorry about that. So yes, the next couple character traits that we get for cop number 1, the main one. So they're cooperative. They're also 9. And what is 9? What is 9? They are funny. Okay, so they're cooperative and they're funny, which is kind of a bit of a reversal of what you would expect for this, because normally the funny one would be the hot-headed loner, the one like always trying to start shit. But cop number 1 is cooperative and funny. But so that's a bit of a reversal from what you typically get in these buddy cop movies. So, but now we got to give this person a negative trait. We got to give them some kind of character flaw. We got to balance them out a little bit, and we're gonna roll for that. We got a 4, and 4 is impatient. Oh shit, they're impatient. Okay, so we're really messing with the dynamic here. We're really messing with the dynamic here, because we have cop number 1 is now cooperative, funny, and also impatient.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So it's a bit of a
I have
mix-up from
returned.
what we typically get. And also, hi, welcome back. I only had massive anxiety when you left. I was like, oh shit, I gotta carry this on my own. I can't do this. I can't do this. Oh shit.
Am I
hey.
still delayed?
Sorry, just a quick shout out. Hey, Idrisil, Harrison, how you doing, man? Good to see you in chat. I haven't seen you around in a while, man.
Hey, what's going on?
Yeah. Okay, so I think we
All right, time to make this a Harrison self-insert fanfic. Oh my god, Harrison and Favin?
Harrison and Fav in the movie, I'd watch it. I'd buy a ticket for that. I'd invest in that movie. Hell yeah, let's do it. Okay.
All right, so our our main character is, or one of our main characters, he's cooperative, funny, but impatient.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird mix-up, because normally you get the one that's cooperative is the more straight-laced one, the more like, no, we have a job to do, let's go do it. But this one's also funny. They're the ones, so they're... Maybe this person's more optimistic. This person's like a bit more lighthearted about the job, and the person's optimistically going for trying to get the other person to help them. They're like, hey, if we work together, we can do this. You don't have to be the gruff asshole, even though we don't actually have to.
And like he could be too not a loose cannon, more calm, funny, cooperative, but he can be a risk taker though, you know? He's a cool-headed dude, but he's also like, I'm not afraid to go against the chief's orders because he wants to catch the bad guy. He's like this, you know, almost morally gray area about acting above the law, maybe not in a hyper-violent way, like
Okay, I can see
like
that.
actual, you know what I'm
I
like?
can see
It could
that.
be.
I get what you're going for. I think that works. That works. I'm just more worried about like who are we gonna have this person play against? Because who's cop number 2 gonna be? Oh shit.
Well, are we gonna randomize it, or are we gonna?
I assumed we were. I assumed we were gonna randomize.
Yeah,
cop number
let's
2.
randomize it. Let's see. All right, first positive trait of our partner. So, our first dude, kind of adventure, like impatient but cooperative, all that stuff. What do we get for our first trait for?
We got a 3.
Our,
We got them
adventurous.
Adventurous. All right.
Okay, so they're both kind of. Seems like they're both willing to go out of their comfort zone. Well, I guess impatient and adventurous are two different things, but they do kind of cross over a little bit.
A little bit. Cop number 1 would probably be willing to go with cop number 2 in the situations where the cop number 2 is like, come on, man, let's fucking do this. This is going to be fun. Whereas cop number 2 is willing to go with cop number 1 if cop number 1's like, no, fuck you, I'm going to arrest this guy now. And cop number 2 is like, all right, we're going. So it feels like
they're just two bros who enable each other.
Yes, I feel like that's kind of the dynamic right now. It's like they're very different people, but they complement each other in different ways, and I feel like we don't have the odd couple that are always going to be butting heads throughout the movie. We have two guys who are going to be kind of helping each other in a lot of ways. They're actually good partners.
Sam Jackson and The Rock in The Other Guys.
You know what? Yeah, that actually works. I like that. I like that dynamic.
All right, so let's see what's the other traits though, because could get something like maybe a little bit different. So what's our second positive trait?
Second positive trait, 7.
Persistent.
Okay. They never give up.
Well, that goes with impatience too. Like they're adventurous. They're always pushing the envelope for what they can.
Yeah, we have two cops who are on the edge here. They're both loose cannons. Oh shit! Just, like they put those two fucking guys together. Like the other cops are gonna be looking at them like, "Fuck! How did those guys end up together? We're fucked."
He's a loose cannon, and his partner is also a loose cannon. Together, they just do a bunch of shit.
The title of the movie has to be "The Loose Cannons."
Oh God! All right, let's get our negative trait for this guy.
We need a flaw. We need a flaw. Roll a 7. What's flaw number 7?
Deceptive.
Oh shit! Deceptive. That's a tough one. So maybe number 2 is probably going to be the one that's like more willing to straight up lie. They're the ones who are pushing it a little bit further. They're the ones who are straight up lying to the chief, like, no, we're not going to go. We never saw that guy. Flashback to 2 minutes later, they're just beating the guy to a fucking pulp. It's like, and they're like going out of their way to hide things.
So like, it's like one dude used to be like the loose cannon in his office, and then he got paired with the even looser cannon, and then like I had to like humble him down a bit.
They're trying to one up each other. It's like, I'm the loose cannon. No, fuck you. I'm the loose cannon. No, fuck you. I'm the loose. And they're just like one up each other. I mean, each other doing worse and worse things. Who is the loosest cannon?
Who's the loosest cannon? Who loosens the loose cannons?
Oh, who loosens the? Oh, okay. Okay, so now I think we need to mold our antagonist here.
Well, real quick, I think we got to give them like two dude bro cop names or something. I think that our first guy, his name should be like Doc.
Doc. Okay, I'm into it.
Doc, and he left medical school to go join the force, so everyone calls him Doc. He left medical school because he used to do too risky procedures.
He went loose cannon as a surgeon. He was about to graduate as a surgeon. He was like, don't worry, I've got this. You're a madman. So you're fucking killing patients left and right. Okay.
No, the thing is, though, he's super altruistic, right? So he always saves the patient, but it's always the most dangerous way to do it. Like, in actuality, he's doing really high lethality procedures, but it's like, I always manage to come out and do it, though. And they're like, that's not the point, Doc. You gotta be better than this.
Okay, for some reason, I feel like we need the second cop to have a nickname that is the blank. Because I just want it to be like, Doc and the something. It's like,
the doctor.
Doc and the doctor?
No.
That's too much.
Alright. So, okay, Doc got kicked out of medical school for being too risky. But he always came out on top. He always did the right thing, but he went the riskiest way about it. He went against what he was supposed to do.
When you first came up with before you said the name Doc, I thought of like, okay, the manliest name I can think of, Duke. So are we gonna have Doc and Duke be our guys?
No. Doc's first name is Duke. So he will interchangeably throughout the movie be called Doc or Duke, and there's no full explanation to it. It's just kind of like some people calling him Duke, some people calling him Doc. We're not going to explain it. You should figure it out by then.
Okay.
All right.
Second name?
So then Doc and the Bulldog.
The Bulldog? Doc and the Bulldog?
No, okay. I don't like Doc and the Bulldog. Just think about like the like, you know, cool, tough as shit, like
Doc and the Maverick.
The Bulldog. The Maverick's too Top Gun-ish.
Yeah, I'm glad you said Top Gun. I almost said Top Gear. Okay. What if Doc and the Bear? And the guy he keeps trying to call himself the Bear, thinking it's tough, but he doesn't realize the connotations that has in the gay community. He keeps calling himself the Bear. It's like, I'm tough, I'm big, I'm the Bear. And like a guy walks by and is like, yeah, you are, man. He's like, what the fuck does that mean?
He's like, thanks.
Yeah.
It's like, no, he never clues on. He just takes it as a compliment, right? Like,
exactly.
Oh my god, Doc and the Bear.
Doc and the Bear. I'm into it. You're not? You don't like it?
I don't. It's just about the title, Doc and the Bear.
What's wrong with
whenever
Doc and the Bear?
It's and the Bear, it feels like it's a Disney movie. Like Blank and the Bear sounds like a Disney movie to me. Like it just does.
That's kind of why I like it. I think
it's got to be more like, Doc and the Bear. Well, like Grizzly Bear or something. No, because
Doc
then Grizzly Bear isn't this. No, it's not the same. All right, I'm gonna let you go with this. We'll go with Doc and the Bear. I'm a little hesitant on the name, but
okay, if we think of something else later, I'll leave it open. If we come up with something later, we can use something later. All right.
Doc's my baby. You can have the bear all to yourself. That's your character there.
Hey, I'm open to other suggestions, but we'll leave it for now. If we think of something later, we'll throw it in.
Okay, so let's move on and let's get just one negative trait for our antagonist, and then that'll be their entire character.
Yes. One negative trait for the antagonist. We got to roll a d12. We are rolling a 8. 8.
Insane.
Okay, so we have a villain is just absolutely nuts.
Yep. And it's not handled well, and it has no actual... It's like it feels like it's probably a really poor interpretation of mental health. Like that's what the vibe is going to be, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, and in somewhere between the midpoint and the climax of the movie, they're going to try to be like, oh, if this man had mental health help, he would have had help, but we're going to completely ham-fist it. It's going to be like he went to an insane asylum, but he wasn't treated well in the insane asylum, so they kicked him out. It's like, what are we trying to say here?
You can't kick someone out of an insane asylum.
He was too insane for the insane asylum.
Oh my god, he's like a juggalo or something. Like we just bring in the insane clown posse as the bad guys of this movie.
Okay. I just had a weird image come to my mind because originally I was thinking before we actually started talking about the antagonist, I was thinking, okay, we have two loose cannon cops who are our protagonists. We have to have like a villain who's like a Gus Fring, someone very stoic and solid, and like a legitimately good businessman who just happens to be in the fucking meth business or something. So I just thought of like Gus Fring as a juggalo. Just the most straight-laced guy. I will kill your infant daughter, and he's got that stupid fucking black and white shit all over his face.
Magnets, what are they? How do they work? Okay. So I like that. Cool and collected. Honestly, we could actually do like an interesting character of like almost American Psycho-esque, like that sociopathic, like hidden behind like a. We could actually have depth to our characters. What I'm saying, we don't need.
All right, I'm into it.
So Doc. And his name is Javier.
Javier
Just
the bear?
because I thought of Javier Bardem. No, not the bear, the bad.
I thought you were thinking of Joe like Javier the bear. Okay. Okay, the bear's name is Javier. Okay.
Well, his name could be Javier too. Honestly, yeah, I like Javier the bear. So we're gonna keep that. We'll change the bad guy's name. We don't know his name. It's gonna be like Blade or something.
Blade. Patrick
Wesley
Bateman
Snipes
type.
is the bad guy.
Really impossible. Okay, here's what we have for the antagonist. Blade. Insane. Patrick Bateman type. Possible juggalo.
We don't know though. Those are some
He,
complex themes we're gonna explore.
he
he
didn't seem too
juggalo?
enthused by those magnets. How do they work? Joke. Was he offended by it? We don't know. We gotta find out.
They're just passive, like, insane clown posse jokes in the middle of it. And, like, his reaction dictates whether or not he is a juggalo. You have to figure it out.
Yeah, so we're gonna give you guys a jug test. We're gonna
All right, let's move on to what are we going with? Two more wild cards.
Two more
Truly
wild
screw
cards.
up the script.
Completely mess with us. Completely mess with us. And the first of the new wild cards is 19. 19 is
Another chat decides.
the protagonist has a weird hobby decided by the first person to redeem. So we could apply this to either one of our protagonists, but they get a weird ass hobby. It could be Dungeons and Dragons, could be LARPing,
Or
could
both of them.
or both. That's true. That could be the thing that brings them together.
Third hobby.
like the
Yes. Okay. Stamp collecting.
Oh my god, bro, you collect stamps too? Fucking right, I collect stamps. You collect stamps? Hell yeah, bro. And there it is.
It's like, they're like trapped somewhere. He's like, after I'm getting out of this, I'm gonna go and give my stamp collection a kiss. And then he's like, you got a stamp collection, bro, Migo? He's like, damn right, I have a stamp collection. He's like, that's why I always carry my, like, authentic stamp magnifying glass. He's like, wait, I carry that too. I have an idea. And then that's when they get out of the MacGuffin is their stamp collecting shared interest.
And at some point in the movie, like every other character in the movie has to rip on them for it, but at some point in the movie, there has to be like a stamp that's a clue. And they're like, I know where that stamp comes from. That stamp was only made from this time to this time. So for this person to have it, they had to get it from here.
Okay, I like that. And then let's we'll work it in the script. Let's roll the next wild card. See how else we're screwing this up.
Yeah,
a lot of chat decides today, which
yeah,
is fun.
hey, that's good. I'm into
Because
it.
that just means Favin gets to fuck up our script as much as he wants.
Okay, all right. Next one. All right, 8.
Let's roll another d20. Let's see what we get.
We got an 8.
8. Add blank into the script.
Shit.
All right.
We got some options here. Wizards, ninjas, zombies, aliens, time travel, and another chat decides. Shit.
Let's roll a d6. See if the luck's on their side today.
And the next d6 is 2. It is not on their side. It's a 2.
Okay. It's ninjas, which...
I'm fine with.
Okay, bad guy uses ninjas. Bad guy uses ninjas.
At some point, there's got to be a ninja attack on these two. That's not that difficult to throw in there. Point. Can one of the ninjas be the Kevin Hart cameo?
Oh, I was gonna have Kevin Hart be their like lieutenant. That's what I was thinking. God damn it, you two!
Because I think it's Kevin Hart, so instead of like being like he's looking over the desk like all tough, like God damn it, you guys, it's Kevin Hart, so he's gonna be like God damn it, you guys.
Oh, I love a scene of like he's like don't make me get out of my seat, and then when he does, like he the height doesn't change.
Don't make me get out of my seat,
If
guys.
anything, he drops down.
Jesus.
That's our
Okay, that's even better. I was gonna have like
Kevin
a one-off
Hart
Kevin Hart as a
is
ninja. Oh shit.
The thing is though, can we have Kevin Hart also be the ninja sensei? Yes, I agree. From Favin and Justin, both back to back asking for sensei.
Okay,
Kevin
so
Hart.
yeah, that has to be
I think
it.
we got to. No, there's two. Well, he's the lieutenant and he's the sensei. He's gonna cameo as both roles, and we're not gonna explain it. It's not gonna be like a twist that the lieutenant's the sensei. It's just also gonna be Kevin Hart.
It was just completely unexplained. There's no joke of like, hey, you look a lot like our lieutenant or anything like that, or your voice sounds like our lieutenant. It's literally just unexplained. He just plays both roles.
Yeah. Well, and then we'll have a teaser at the end of the movie where they meet face to face, and then he says like, "Looks like we're gonna need to team up, brother." And then that's the Kevin Hart buddy cop movie that's gonna come out after.
So now we have something in our back pocket. If we end up, we have something in our back pocket. If we end up having to use the start of a cinematic universe wild card.
That would be like the Hobbs and Shaw, because you have the bad guy ninja Kevin Hart have to team up with the good guy Lieutenant Kevin Hart. Okay.
Yes.
We got that. Now, after that wild card, I believe we're moving on to
rolling a d20 for protagonist
motivation.
Yes. So we got to roll.
So what are our buddy cops after?
All right. The d20 roll is 19.
There's d12.
Or d12. Yeah, it is d12. Not 19 because of d12. 7.
Escape a place or a situation.
Okay. So the buddy cops are either trapped somewhere, or they're in a shootout, or they're in one building, or they're in one neighborhood, like something.
Okay. I got a way to raise the stakes. Even higher.
Okay, shit. Let's go.
The city's been evacuated because there was a prison break and it turned the city into crime city. So now it's all criminals in the city, and then the cops who are fighting them. But then the cops got to get out because the criminals are going to blow up the city.
Okay.
They turned New York or whatever into crime city.
Okay. 2 things. A, I love it. B,
yep.
This sounds suspiciously like a screenplay that I was writing at one point. I'm not even joking.
You were writing Crime City?
Okay, except it wasn't Crime City. It was like a massive line of prison breaks all in one city, combined with like a whole like anarchist protest thing that went on in New York City, and basically they took over New York City, and it was like 3 or 4 cops were all just trapped trying to like find the guy who set it all up, type thing.
Yeah, great minds think alike.
Exactly.
We're going to do the bastardized version of it with Kevin Hart. Okay, so yay. I guess we have criminals. The criminals are going to be broken out by the ninjas. And at first we think the ninjas do it, but then we realize the ninjas were hired by Mr. Business. Can we leave the antagonist motivations really vague, like why he wants to break the prisoners out and stuff?
Just gotta
and he's like, to make all the money in the world.
Just gotta point out one thing. This is kind of turning into The Dark Knight Rises. Bunch of ninjas set to break out the prison, and then the city turns into a lockdown city.
Well.
And it's actually and there's part of it is being motivated by the evil business.
And we have no strong women characters. We're just Christopher Nolan.
We're Christopher Nolan in this movie.
The plot of all of the Batman Arkham games. That is spot on.
It's so true though. Shit, we're accidentally ripping off Batman. Fuck.
I don't care. I like this idea. We're doing Crime City. I don't care. Batman can sue me. Well, don't sue me, Batman. But we're doing it. We're doing Crime City. We're doing our version. They're gonna nuke the city, so they gotta run away from the city. Okay, but the nuking the city is exactly from
Dark Knight
Rises, isn't it?
Yep. What if we change it from a nuke to something else that would be destructive? They have a controlled tsunami. They're just gonna fucking level New York City. Well, we don't know. All right, I'm spitballing here.
Well, he's a super genius. Okay, let's do San Francisco, and let's do. Oh wait, no, because Alcatraz isn't actually a prison. Well, in our world, it is. Alcatraz is still a prison, so it's the big Alcatraz break. They all come from the Bay, but then this dude is a tech genius, the bad guy, and he made the tsunami controller. He's bringing a tsunami to the city. Oh god, sorry, my internet just kind of
No, that was on my internet. I apologize about that. The stream probably just like got real wonky for a minute, but that was on my internet. Sorry.
Okay. So, in San Francisco, big tech place, this dude's like a tech mogul, and he made the tsunami control thing that's going to send a tsunami at. And by the way, this is not the plot of San Andreas or whatever that movie was with The Rock. This is different from that too.
I was also thinking about the movie The Rock, where they're on Alcatraz. We're just ripping off everything. We're ripping off Batman. Okay, we're ripping off San Andreas. We're ripping off Michael Bay. Fuck. God damn it.
It's fine. It's fine. Okay. So they're breaking out Alcatraz. The ninjas are. They have to go stop the ninjas, but then the ninjas reveal that they were paid by Mr. Tech Company guy, and then Mr. Tech Company reveals his evil plan. And then they're like, "Well, we need to get out of the city." And then Tech Company guy's like, "There's no way you can get out of the city. We're gonna get tsunami or something."
All right, so
this script really is coming together like a Rick and Morty.
Yeah, kind of is.
You know, like interdimensional television. Yeah, that's what this feels like right now.
Just for my own writing here, because I actually have to write this shit down. Or is all just Alcatraz, or is it all of San Francisco is Crime City?
It's all of San Francisco.
Okay, the headquarters is in Alcatraz for some reason.
Yeah, even though the ninja headquarters is in Alcatraz, so they need to break into the ninja new headquarters in Alcatraz. But that's where they reveal the tech company dude. He's in a big skyscraper. So now we're ripping off Die Hard at the end.
Great. Sounds great. Sounds fucking perfect. Oh god. Okay, so now we have to here's one that could completely screw with us, because we've been talking San Francisco, Alcatraz, all this. The next step could completely screw with us because it's the setting.
Well, okay, well then we just do World War II Alcatraz. We just do Space San Francisco. Who cares?
Yeah. Okay, so
Space Francisco.
Space Frisco. Okay, yours was better. I shouldn't have tried. Okay, so we gotta roll a D6.
Yep.
5. It's a small town.
Small town?
Small town.
The small town is San Francisco. All right.
How small is San Francisco?
Can we switch? It's not small. Same plot, but instead of it being a tsunami, it's an earthquake. It's a Midwestern town, and it's like a local prison. So the town's by a prison. But, and I am insisting on this, I want this really small town to have a 100-story skyscraper that the main boss is in. And I want that confrontation to be in the one skyscraper in this small town. It's going to be like Charing Cross, but with the skyscraper in the middle of it.
Man, why did our mayor have us build this 100-story skyscraper in the middle of our town? No one's coming. It'll boost the economy. Well, our economy's not really boosted. It's just a big empty building.
Everybody here works at... We have a prison, a convenience store, and this skyscraper, and I don't know what is happening at any of them. Shut up. And then they're like the local sheriff's department. What's the name of this small town?
Francisco.
Just Francisco? No. Oh, no, I see. Not San Francisco, Francisco.
Yeah,
gotcha.
It was on my mind, all right?
Actually, what about New Francisco?
There we go. New Francisco.
I keep thinking about like a Cyberpunk 2077, like New Francisco. But like, and it's like doing these pans, but it's like one intersection. Like, it's just not a whole lot to look at. He's like, the city of dreams.
It's like there's 2 gas stations. One of them's closed down. There's a couple grain silos in the background.
You can be anything here. Well, I'm not sure you can be a prison guard, a farmer, or I guess work at the tech company. I don't know. All right, and then this guy wants to take control of the city by releasing the prisoners, but it's not really clear why. So they do have to break into a prison though to fight the ninjas.
Yes,
because the ninjas take over the prison and then keeping hostage or something. Oh, and then the tech company guy wants to make an earthquake that launches it into a mountain, so he could be the mountain town or whatever. Like, he could be better than everybody or something.
He wants
like
to shoot the town over to a
but
mountain.
then he doesn't realize it's gonna. No, he wants to lift the town up with earthquakes.
Oh, fuck. He's got like a Lex Luthor real estate motivation behind this. All right.
Yep.
Okay, that works. That works for me. Oh, God. Okay, so the next
I
thing
get
they have...
his.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say his motivations don't have to be entirely clear. They can be very shitty, because that's fine. We're ripping everything off, and Michael Bay's tagged to direct this one, so it does not matter.
Oh, funny you say that. Just putting that out there on the. If you look down at the oh shit! I didn't actually change the name. I didn't change the name. Or just look at wildcard number 16 because I fucked up. I didn't change the name. So we got Wes Anderson the other week, so I wanted to change it to a different director. And I thought, oh, Michael Bay. So I didn't change the actual name, but I just added the phrase at the end. Add some Bayhem. Fuck.
So, Wes Anderson, it adds some Bayhem. Okay.
Great. So
now,
if we get that,
to move on.
If we get that, I feel like we have to actually that's Michael Bay. That spells Michael Bay. All right. If we, in the off chance we get it, it spells Michael Bay.
All right. So I feel like everyone's motivations are pretty clear. Like they're not clear, but like that's as clear as they're gonna get for our characters.
Yes.
So I think it's time we roll some more wild cards.
Before we do that, there's one step that we're missing. We still need our genre.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, we still need to roll for a genre, and this is the one that could really fuck with us, because we could end up with a musical, we could end up with fantasy, we could end up with crime. Okay, crime, action would work, comedy or drama would also work, even a western, we would make that shit work. But like, if we get fucking musical or historical, or we're gonna get completely fucked.
Okay.
So we gotta roll the d12. Oh wait, what? Oh, we gotta roll 1d6 first to decide if it's one genre or two. We rolled the 6, so we only get one genre. Thankfully. Okay, so our genre roll, we get a 7.
Sci-fi.
That we can work with that. It's not great. Okay, it takes place it takes place in 2100 now. It's still the same small town, but they just have laser guns.
Easy.
Easy. Yeah, see, easy.
Well done.
Not bad at all. Not bad at all. It's the year they're in the year 2100. Everyone has lasers now. The big tower has fucking holograms and shit all over it. You're good.
And it's like
the ninjas can be robots for no reason.
Yeah, our main dudes have like augmentations. They got like cyber arms and stuff. Whatever.
Exactly.
Whatever we want to do.
This gives us more freedom because now we're not bound by modern technology, modern realistic shit. We can just say, "Oh, it's quantum technology, this," and then fix any plot holes that could possibly arrive. We're marveling this.
Mm-hmm. No, that's perfect. That works. That works well.
Yes. So I think now is the time we get our last 3 wild cards. The things that are completely screwed us.
It is. Am I lagging a bit for you?
Yes, you are lagging quite a bit for me yet again.
Okay. Do you want me to try and restart again? Try and get it back working?
Yes, if you don't mind.
All right. You do the first wild card. I'll be...
He didn't even. He didn't even finish. Do the first wild card. And then he was just gone. He was just completely gone. Okay, but I will. I was actually going to do something different. But yes, I will do the. I will roll the first wild card for us. In the first of the last 3 wild cards that we get, roll another d20. We have 1. Oh shit! We get 1 for our first wild card. We got 1, which is go to this website and use one of the names that comes up for either the protagonist or the antagonist. So you
also,
might get
back.
your.
Am I lagging?
No, you're not lagging now.
Perfect.
So you might end up with a replacement for the bear, if we get a cool name here. What do we get? What do we get for this? That comes up. Why did it not just give me the website? Why did it not? Why are you doing this? Oh, because I completely did not copy it right into the web page. Whatever. There we go. And the names that we get. Lucy Cash, Ishmael Watkins, Imani Gale, Noor Martinez, Sanaya Christie, Mayor Rodriguez, Braden Maddox, Ayaz Russo, Mila Rose Byers, Tasneem McLaughlin. There's some cool names in there. I kind of like...
I like Lucy Cash.
I also really like Lucy Cash. So, Doc and Cash?
Oh my god. What if her nickname was like Lady Luck or something like that? They called her Lucky Lucy, something like that. Lucy Cash?
Lucy Cash. Honestly, I just think like Doc and Cash.
Doc and Cash.
Her last name is literally Cash. That's a cool last name. It's just one single syllable. It's one of those like cool iconic last names.
What about Cash in the Dock?
Cash in the Dock. That works too. All
right.
So does that mean Lucy Cash is our adventurous, deceptive, looser cannon?
Yeah. Lucy Cash is the looser cannon.
All right.
And then the Doc Duke. What's Duke's last name? Duke Matthews.
Duke Matthews. All right. Yeah. There you go.
Duke Matthews, a more reserved, but he's impatient. He still plays risky. His nickname's the Doc.
Loose Cannon Lucy. Ah, that's a good one, Favin.
Loose Cannon Lucy. Oh yeah, that's sick.
Yeah, that's a good one. We got.
So now it's like
names here.
A sci-fi western almost with the nickname with like Cash and the Doc, like that. Those are like kind of cowboy names, but it is a small town, so they're gonna be sheriffs. They're not gonna be necessarily just beat cops.
Are they gonna be the sheriffs? I feel like if we have the 2 deputies here and Kevin Hart is the sheriff.
That works.
Of the small town. Oh my god. Okay.
Deputy Doc.
Deputy Doc. Okay, so the second of the new wild cards, because we got 3 now.
Mm-hmm.
We got 3 of them here. The second of the new wild cards is 8, and 8 is.
We've already done that. That was the add blank to the script. We can add more to the script if you want to.
I feel like we could. We could see what else we have to add. If we get ninjas again, we have to do it again. But like, we can add wizards or aliens or time travel into it. I mean, I like that. So for that, we got to roll a d6. Roll the d6. 3.
Zombies. Okay. So how about instead of prisoners breaking out, they let zombies out into this small town?
They do experiments on some local graveyards, and a bunch of zombies rise up out of the ground. So it's sci-fi cowboys versus zombies.
Instead of like the instead of the prison, it's like a big meat factory facility thing. But then zombies come out of it, and you're like, wait a minute, maybe it wasn't a meat factory. It was a science lab the whole time. Oh, and who is that science lab connected to? Oh, Mr. Big Business, that is, with the skyscraper in the middle of the small town.
Okay, I like it. I thought for a hot second, I thought you were going to go in a very different direction. I thought you were going to go, it's a meat factory. And I'm like, meat factory zombies? What the fuck? I thought you were going to say, they were cannibals. They were feeding people the whole time. And all the humans come back to life.
That would be a really big twist.
Yeah. Soylent Green, the movie.
Okay. Yeah. But we've already ripped off too many movies.
Yeah, so. I was thinking we kind of go take the easy out with this one, and we just do. Oh, there's a graveyard. Part of the antagonist like army is just a whole bunch of zombies that they decided to rise up just for shits and giggles. It's like, oh, we're fighting the prisoners. Oh shit, we're fighting ninjas. Oh shit, we're fighting zombies. And it's just kind of like different set pieces. So it's just got like different set pieces of them fighting. So we have scenes of them fighting ninjas, and then like, oh shit, the zombies are coming now. Oh shit, the prisoners are in this area.
Oh my god, yeah, so we keep the prisoners but also do zombies? Alright, yeah, I like that.
The zombies are risen by the villain, and the protagonists have to fight them. There you go.
Ooh! Favin put an interesting idea into the chat.
Oh?
That Doc isn't a beat cop like Lucy. He works at the morgue.
Okay. He works at
So
the morgue.
Lucy's a deputy, and she has to team up with maybe it doesn't have to be morgue necessarily, but like Doc, like the local, maybe like retired doctor,
or vet or something like that, but or mortician. That's not bad. But a cop team that wasn't expected. Yeah.
Mortician, but his past was he was a combat medic.
Oh, okay, okay, I'm into that. Yeah.
He fought in World War IV. Did we just say that? We don't talk about the third one.
No, the third one was a big wash. It was the sequel that didn't quite go as big as the other ones. It was that slightly disappointing sequel. The villain was just like, like.
Well, World War III was weird because the main antagonist was Australian. I don't think anyone saw that coming.
Yeah,
but then World War IV was more normal. The Russians were the bad guys. World War IV, so I mean, it was back on track. we don't really talk about World War III.
Yeah, the whole Antarctica plot line got kind of weird, and Canada switching sides really shook a lot of people. But you know, it ended up being an effective war at the end. Yeah,
but Canada flipped back. We're good guys again in the fourth one, guys. Like, I know we were the bad guys in the third one, but
Canada was to World War IV what Italy was to World War II. They started off bad guys, but they flipped at the end. We're like, oh, we're good guys now, but no one fucking believed them.
Yeah, 2066 was a bad year for Canada.
Yeah.
But 2078, they were back on track. They were back in the good team. War's coming too, so everybody knows that.
Exactly. You have the meh boring one, then you have the good one. Then you have the meh boring one, then you have the good one. World War V, it's not going to be that great, but World War VI, you better wait for that. That one's going to be exciting.
Well, yeah. To be fair, like the Mexico, Canada, Australia aligning to be the bad guys of the war, no one really saw that coming. And then the Antarctica coming in as the saviors, no one saw that coming.
Yeah, really.
That was the only interesting part of the war.
I know them in that shot, those shots of them riding in on the battle penguins, like fucking awesome, man.
It was so funny too. In the reveal that the penguins actually developed hyper brains and they made mecha humans so they could fit in, like that was ridiculous.
I know.
Who could believe that?
I know.
Oh yeah, so like it's also established in this world that penguins are on the same level as humans now.
No one saw Jamaica winning the war while riding bobsleds. Yeah, I know. The Cool Runnings Army just came in there and just.
And dude, you remember that one year of the war? It was just trench warfare for some reason.
I know
that was weird.
People love a throwback. That one probably went over a lot of people's heads, but I personally enjoyed the throwback. I love the nod to the history of the World War franchise.
In my opinion, they were beating a dead horse. But anywho, going back into our film here, I think we have one more wild card to go.
Yeah,
right? We don't have zombies in the script.
Yeah, we have to do we have to do like a World War V episode now or some shit like that. We have to use that little tangent.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, so the last wild card.
And the thing is, there's gonna be posters up about. And I like Favin put this about penguin rights. There's gonna be like posters up about advocating for penguin rights and stuff. And I feel like our antagonist is gonna hate that theory, and it feels like it's like the wrong side of history, you know.
Yeah, I know. Wait, you're pro-penguin? Wait, so you're anti-human?
No, dude. Come on.
Don't be a penguin, sis, man.
Oh, my God.
That was a weird direction to take it. I apologize.
Specious?
I don't know.
Anyway, last wild card to go before we go into the script.
All right, we're rolling a 9. What's 9?
The protagonists reveal dark truth about themselves, light in the script.
Okay, so there's got to be something dark. I feel like that is that one thing that you came up with Doc Matthews being the used to be a combat medic would kind of fit in nicely there.
Mm-hmm. He's like, I wasn't always a. Because that's the thing, is in these movies, when they reveal depth in the character, we can't actually make the character bad. Because the characters still need to be really good, but it needs to be like, I wasn't always a medic. I was in the war once, and I shot the bad guys who were really bad. And it's like, oh, so much depth. When in actuality, you're just like, no, he's still a good guy. Like you're not giving him any bad traits. Maybe like Lucy's thing could be like in high school, I was in detention a lot or something. I don't know. Like I like the idea of this intense dark reveal of truth is like a really not well done. Like all of the audience is like, oh, that's not even that bad. Like that sort of reveal.
Yeah, they have to tread the line of like being a bad thing that happens, but it still has to be relatable for the audience. So the audience can see it and be like, "Oh, that's a relatable villain. Oh, this person playing the villain is a very good actor here." We have to really tread that line, like a lot of movies do.
We can do. Do you know the Trolls movie with Justin Timberlake in that?
I know of it. I haven't watched it. Isn't there?
Okay, I haven't watched it either, but I have seen one of the greatest reveals in cinematic history is they couldn't understand why Justin Timberlake's character hated singing so much, and they finally push him to the edge, and he goes, "'Cause singing killed my parents, okay?" And then that's the reveal for why he doesn't like singing.
How in the fuck did singing kill troll Justin Timberlake's parents? How? I don't.
The thing is, I don't know. I didn't watch the movie, but I just know that's how they revealed why he hates singing, and it is my favorite reveal of all time. I saw a thing about the Cruella movie, and it was like Disney trying to make Cruella a girl boss. It's like, "'Cause Dalmatians killed my parents, okay?"
Shit, I saw that because I saw a guy tweet that like when the movie was announced, some guy tweeted like, "LOL, they're gonna make it like so Cruella's parents were killed by Dalmatians, and they're gonna try to humanize her." And then when that trailer came out, he was like, "Yo!" because he fucking called it.
Yep. Anywho, so they reveal our protagonists reveal that their pasts aren't great. Doc reveals he's a combat medic, which is not a very hard to tell reveal. So what maybe Lucy's is that she's an ex-con.
Ooh.
She actually used to be in prison on like a murder she was framed for or something. And then she got out and became a cop.
Okay, this is quite a bit a darker plot twist. But what if she used to be a criminal but wasn't caught? She wasn't framed for a murder and put in jail. She framed someone else for murder. Now she's living free. Okay. She's a cop, but she like framed someone else. So there's someone else who isn't a good person, should probably be in prison anyway, but is in prison for a crime they didn't commit.
So she basically took law into her own hands and did a criminal thing.
Yes.
Okay. And she's, she almost got caught, but then she got framed, and then she became a cop. And all of these cops are like, "Oh yeah, we don't remember that one time you were in a big court case about a murder. It's fine."
we don't need to read into it too much. We don't need to explain all those all those away.
Yeah. So, I think with that, we got our story. We don't have our bad guy's name. What's our bad guy's name?
I thought our bad guy's name was Blade. I think at one point you said Blade, and I just threw it in there.
You want to name it Bladen? Just put in at the end, Bladen.
So it's like Braden, Jaden, Bladen.
Yeah. Bladen Tech Storm.
I just put a Y in there, so it's Bladen.
Nice.
There we go.
And before we go into the actual script, we have a quick message from our sponsor. And ding, 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 you guessed it. Our sponsor for today's episode is us. We are sponsored again by us, our Patreon, patreon.com/SelectStartNetwork. If you're loving what you're hearing and seeing and you want to support us, then why not go on over to the Patreon? I believe our live and uncut tier is down. We're at, I think it's $8 Canadian now,
$8 a
and
month.
$8 Canadian, 5 American. If you want to see all of our shows, like the weekly podcast we do on Saturdays live, you want to see our post show that we do live, then come check us out on the Patreon for that level. If you want to just get discounts on some of our gear, or just want to support us at the $2 level, we would support that. We would love that as well. You can do that all on the Patreon, patreon.com/selectstartnetwork. If you can't support us there, then we totally understand. Just by giving us a like, share, follow us on social media, go watch our stuff on YouTube. Any of that stuff supports us, and we appreciate it immensely. We love you guys, and thanks for sticking around with us. Thank you so much. Oh my God, dude, I have the ad read up, so I don't have like my camera, so I just don't know where to look when I'm doing that.
I just sort of put the Patreon up, and then at some point also put the YouTube channel up. I don't know what to show exactly there, but you did a really good job with the read. You did a really good job with the ad read, man.
Let's get into the nitty gritty of this story.
Yes, the actual writing the actual whole entire plot.
Mm-hmm.
So how does this movie open? What's the opening shot of this movie? What's the opening scene of this movie?
God damn it.
Oh no.
I think is Goodfellas All My Life I've Wanted to Be a Gangster?
Yeah.
Is that Goodfellas? Is that... Yeah, every single time we do this, I want to rip off Goodfellas. And I want to be like, all my life I've wanted to be a deputy or something like that.
I want to be a deputy in a small town in the year 2100.
Maybe we just do some establishing shots of like a lone dirt road. It seems like it's like the West, or it's like, Western could be anytime. But then you hear like, kind of sound, and then boom, like fucking new 2100 Charger comes busting down like the road, quickly followed after by another like 2100 Challenger with a siren on the top, and we start out with a little car chase between hothead Lucy chasing down a bad guy who's speeding on the highway. But this is our first shot at the technology we have, is we show off these super futuristic cars in this like crazy like car chase.
Yeah, this is a sci-fi movie, so we have to really show off. We have to establish the world decently. We have to show off the fact that, okay, yeah, this is the future. This is the type of future they're in. This is the technology they have, and we also have to use this point to introduce the character of Lucy. She's our loose cop, loose cannon Lucy. So we have to establish her doing some loose cannon type shit. So she's driving the cop car trying to get the bad guy. What kind of dangerous, sketchy shit is Lucy trying to do to catch this guy?
Well, I mean, she's not driving very safely. You can hear on the radio, they're just like, Lucy, let him go. He's driving too dangerously. And like Lucy's like, no, I got him. And then turns off the radio. And very dangerous maneuver. She ends up sideswiping the dude. Does end up stopping the car, but let's just say the car like swerves on the sidewalk, and it almost does some damage. So she ends up everything being okay, but they're like, Lucy, you could have hurt someone out there. And she's like, but I didn't, did I? And then all the cops in the precinct are like, damn, Lucy, you're cool.
Yeah, because that's exactly what cops say when other cops go too far and abuse their powers. Like, man, you're cool.
I mean, probably. Anywho, not getting into that.
Oh, yeah. That was, I didn't realize that other layer to the joke that I just made. Shit. Oh, man.
So, Lucy, she's at the precinct. She gets pulled in by the lieutenant. This is when we introduce Kevin Hart, and let's just say he pulls her off like the force or whatever. He's like, you're on desk duty or something like that. And then she's like, how could you do this to me, Kevin? He's like, you almost hurt civilians out there. Oh yeah, his name's Kevin, by the way.
Lieutenant Kevin.
Because, character names are hard. So Kevin Riggins is his name. Kevin Riggins is yelling at her. He puts her on desk duty. He says like her first assignment is to make touch with the local morgue owner, because there's been suspicious activity at the graveyard or something. So we're linking into the zombie subplot first.
Okay, yeah, we're laying the groundwork for it, because we can't just have like a plot reveal of zombies and it comes out of absolutely nowhere. We got to establish there's suspicious activity at the graveyard, and then at some other point we got to remind them. It's like, oh yeah, they're doing something with the dead bodies, and then we do the reveal at the midpoint of, oh fuck, zombies. Things always come in. That's the screenwriting. So, things always jokes, points like that always come in rules of threes. Establish it being possible, and then at another point you remind the audience of like, oh hey, this is a thing that still exists. It wasn't a one-off joke. And then the third time it comes around is the actual reveal, punchline of the joke, big plot twist. An actual screenwriting rule.
So, what we do is she goes down to the morgue, and she meets our boy Duke Doc. Duke Doc Matthews, just goes by Doc. And they seem to have a small pre-existing relationship that would basically consist of two small town people knowing each other. Doc's got a little bit of rep as like a nicer dude. He's very friendly, and maybe there's some like a respect for Lucy or something like that. They got like a pre-existing, like not friends, but like mutual respect.
I grew up in a very small town, so I know exactly the type of relationship you know. Like, oh, you know each other. You might have only ever talked once or twice in your lives, but you know a fair bit about each other just because you're in a small fucking town.
Yeah.
And anyone who
like
grows
family
in a small
talks
town,
about it. Everybody talks about it.
Exactly.
Yeah. You go anywhere, and then they check your ID because they're at like the local liquor store or something, and then they see your last name and they're like, "You're related to Blank?" And you're like, "Yep, that's my dad." And then you learn an entire story about this person you've never heard of before because they know the name of your dad. Like stuff like that. That's small town shit right there.
Yeah, or like hearing random gossip, hearing random stories about people like talking, getting in arguments or whatever, and you only have a vague idea of some of the people who are involved in the story.
Exactly. So that's the type of relationship these two have. Small town energy. We established that basically Doc's saying that there's been corpses being missing, and he thinks he sees like he's been seeing grave robbers, something. And he establishes though, he's like, the weirdest part is that one of the first ones to go got returned. And she was like, really? And he's like, yeah, and I took a look at it, and everything was the same, except there seemed like there was like a new maggot or something crawling around it. You know, like he says, they've been grave robbing, which is typical. People do grave rob. But then he's like, but then the bodies get returned, and they look normal, except for MacGuffin, which is establishing something's up here. Why are the bodies being returned the same, but with blank, you know?
That works absolutely perfectly. I like that a lot. The new maggot, or like something is up with the body. Like something has to be different with the bodies, for then to later be explained by, oh, it's quantum enlivenment or fucking whatever. Quantum.
And then, oh, maybe I don't know. Is it enough time now into the script that we do the big prison break? Because why are they going to be thrust into a dangerous situation together? Or maybe she wants to bring him along for a ride along or something like that. Like because they want to investigate this further. Like how are we going to move forward to get all the other stuff happening? And at what points are the prison break, the fight at the prison, all of those conflicts going to happen?
I like that. I feel most movies wouldn't do the prison break yet. But however, the thing is, I'm personally a fan of movies where the plot starts right away. Where more or less it's just like you're given just a few minutes of like, okay, get to know the character, boom, movie starts. But like the thing that's happening is happening now. Or the promise of the premise is going on, and here you go. Here's your fucking movie. It's starting right away. We're not doing the whole 20 to 30 minutes of exposition, getting to know the characters before anything interesting happens. We're just starting it right away. Prison break.
So I'll say like specifically how it goes. Also, am I lagging for you again? I can't tell.
Yes, you are.
Sometimes
You
I
are
feel
lagging.
like
You are lagging again.
All right, one more reset, and it should be the last. Okay.
Should be the last. Absolutely should be the last. Okay, Liberty's gonna disconnect. I'm really sorry about this, everyone. We're just having some minor internet issues. I'm sure y'all can relate. And just FYI, I am doing something slightly different with this show right now. I'm trying to every now and again just put in some actual screenwriting tips, some actual screenwriting rules that, even if you're not interested in screenwriting, can kind of help you understand movies a little bit more and understand why movies are written the way they are and understand the structure of movies. So I'm just trying to like sprinkle a few of those rules, a few of those tips here and there whenever we're writing these.
Yeah, I actually agree completely though, where it's like, I think there's a lot of especially with TV. I think I notice it the most in TV is you'll see episodes of a show and you'll see like a ton of like, character development. There's a lot of talking, all of this stuff. And I think as you know more about the industry, you're like, oh, this one saved a shit ton of money. You're like, there's not a ton of set pieces. It's a lot of dialogue and stuff like that. And it's good acting, but you're like, they're saving money on this episode. Or like, you see that in screenwriting too, where it's like, they have to do this for filmmaking reasons. So you see why a character does this or says this,
Yeah. Or
and it also, it kind of pokes holes and stuff too, which I mean, I like both sides. I think getting the holes poking open is fine for me, but you know what I mean? It's like,
yeah, and that's what I mentioned. Why I mentioned the rule of threes earlier. That's another thing is like you hear a joke like a one-off thing, or you see the camera kind of linger on something just in like a half of a second too long, and then later on that thing is brought up again, just in another seemingly innocuous way. You in your mind you're going to know, oh shit, that's kind of important. There's going to be a plot twist related to that, or something to do with that is going to come up later. So you kind of on the lookout for that.
And that's why some movies you'll notice when they drop big bombs on you, or like things that feel like they're leading into more conflict, and then they never follow up on it, and it feels like a hole. It's a plot hole, right? It feels like there's something that is missing because they set up something they never capitalized on. You see that a lot when you're paying attention for those things.
Yes.
Anywho. So they're as they're leaving, Doc like walks outside to say bye to her. And then there's like a big explosion at the prison or something. And Lucy's like, I gotta go. And he's like, I thought you're on desk duty. And Lucy's like, I'm not letting that hold me back. And then Doc's like, wait up, let me grab my gun or something like that to like come with. Doc seems eager to come with. And at first Lucy's like, I didn't know you had a gun, Doc. And Doc's like, there's a lot of stuff about me you don't know. And then he tags along. So he thirsts for adventure, kind of. He also wants to be a part of whatever this action thing is going on.
All right, that works. I feel like Lucy wouldn't even be reluctant. Doc is the kind of guy who would just be like, I have a gun, I can help. Lucy would be like, hell yeah, fucking come on. I know you're a good dude, just come help me.
It would be like an excited, like, I didn't know you had a gun, Doc. But we gotta lead on to future stuff by him saying, there's a lot of stuff you don't know about me.
Yeah,
boom,
absolutely.
Foreshadowing.
Absolutely. So the prison break happens. They're going there.
The explosion's at the prison, not the morgue, by the way.
Oh shit! Yeah.
It's like they see the prison explosion and the morgue doesn't just blow up.
Shit, that was me writing one sentence and then I was gonna end it and then start another sentence and then end it with at the morgue. Shit.
Actually, maybe when they're driving away, the morgue does explode.
just for no reason.
Okay. And then he's like, they're on to me.
They know. It's like, what do they know? I don't know, but they know something I don't. That's why they put bombs there.
That's why they blew up the morgue. All right. So they're driving down to the prison. They're teamed up now. They talk in the car a bit. Doc explains maybe his thirst for, like, he feels like this is going to answer more questions for him. Again, that impatience. He wants to figure stuff out. Lucy just wants to, save the day, and more into the idea of her being a cop that wants to do shit,
Yeah, and I feel like right now this would be a big fight scene. Like, they would just show up to the prison, and then they would get out the car, and it would just be them versus a shitload of prisoners. Like, this is our one point to just put in a giant fist fight scene.
Oh, yeah. And they absolutely kick the shit out of prisoners. With no regards to, like, human life. Like, they're...
Oh, yeah.
unapologetically. Like, there's a point where, like, prisoner shows up with, like, a pipe for some reason, but then, like, Doc counters and grabs the pipe. when Doc fucks up a ton of prisoners with the pipe. They need to like. They're like the thing is they're not really. It doesn't really seem like they're trying to stop the prison break. It just seems like they're fighting their way into the prison.
They aren't even like arresting anyone. They're just beating the shit out of them. Like Lieutenant Kevin Hart shows up and is like trying to arrest people, but they're just like, no, don't arrest him. Just beating the shit out of him. Oh god.
Maybe they're trying to get to like the warden or. They're trying to get to like the warden or something. They're trying to. They gotta save the warden or something like that. Maybe that's why Doc goes. Doc knows the warden. We gotta save the warden. And Lucy just wants to kick ass.
Okay.
Damn, these guys are sounding more and more like cops.
So they fight their way into the prison to try to save the warden. What's the
war? When they get there, they get to the warden's office just in time to see a ninja assassinate him.
Oh shit.
And then they have, yep. And then there's a big, Doc goes to check on the warden to try and like stabilize him. Lucy goes out the window and then has this big parkour chase against the ninja.
Absolutely, yeah. Parkour chase in their fucking their small ass town. So they're parkouring over like the 3 houses in the town.
Mm-hmm. And then. By the time Doc gets the warden out, it's too late, and he's died.
Oh no!
Doc couldn't save him, I guess. But he gets out in time to see that Lucy has caught the ninja, and now they gotta interrogate the ninja to see where the ninjas are coming from, because they want to know why the ninjas did that, but the ninja can't tell them because the ninja doesn't know. So now they're just trying to find out where the ninja hideout is.
And I feel like at that point. This is where we gotta have our stamp collector thing. Like, they find a stamp on the ninja or something, and they're like, wait a minute, this stamp only came from this one time period. This came from this one building. There's only one place where this stamp could have come from. The old stamp factory!
Yeah, okay, yeah. I agree completely. The old stamp factory is where... Oh, no, but it's not a stamp, though. It's like, Doc's like... You smell that? And Lucy's like, actually, I do. And he's like, huh, that's stamp glue residue from 1997 or something.
They can smell the different stamp residue by year.
They're intense stamp collectors. No, we're not sponsored by Stamps.com, Favin. No free ad plugs in our movies.
Yeah. If Stamps.com wants to sponsor us, they gotta pay for it. If they want the shout out here, they gotta pay for it. Come on, man. I'm not giving this
Stamps is dying for that. So, trying to think, what are some 2100 cyberpunk stuff that could have happened during that? Do they have like laser gun shootouts? Is it like laser ninjas? Like
all the cars get hacked. All the cars get hacked, turn into Transformers, and start attacking them.
Well, they have to fight off cars too.
Yep.
Not the movie. They have to fight off Lightning McQueen.
Ka-chow!
Ka-chow! All right, so, okay, so the thing is, all the ninjas are cyborg ninjas, and this ninja's like half robot, half person, and maybe when they're interrogating the ninja, it like self-destructs and like not like blows up, but just like the ninja like dies as like an automated response for interrogation, and then they have a loose end until what's his face Doc's like, God damn it, but then he has the G close to him and he's like, wait a minute. he's like take a smell at this, and like thinking Lucy wouldn't know, but then Lucy shows, and then the old stamp factory is
the old stamp factory. There we go. So is the old stamp factory going to be the ninja headquarters?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Which is being used as
the cyborg ninja headquarters.
Oh yeah, they're all cyborg ninjas now. They finally interrogate him, finding out that he is a cyborg. So, Christ, I need to learn how to type.
When they try to break into the stamp factory to fight the cyborg ninjas, that's when the defense system's activated, and then they have to fight Transformers. That's because that's when the Transformers show up. Is during that scene they have to fight 2 Transformers with their laser guns, and like their laser revolvers and shit. Like just Transformer fights in there.
There you go. Well, we have to throw it in there somehow, so it's fine. It works. It works. I'm just trying to remember what else did we threw in that we have to make work now. We still haven't introduced our antagonist. We still have not introduced Bladen yet.
Oh, we should. God. There should be some like introductory lines about Bladen as like the king of the city or something, and then he should be like in the police office when Lucy's first there, just being like smirky, smarmy. But he's not. He is the bad guy clearly, but it's like we're not saying he's the bad guy yet.
No, he's just the guy who talks very smooth and makes sinister threats.
Yeah, I like rap rock. What's wrong with rap rock? It's cool.
Hey, all I'm saying is you don't know how magnets work either, lady.
It's like, what the... Yes, I do. It's not hard. Shut up! Magnets are hard for some people.
Yeah, I'm literally putting a paragraph here and introduce Bladen, a local businessman. He's totally not evil. Totally legit not evil. There you go. There's how we are introducing Bladen. And you're frozen.
My internet crapping out?
Just a little bit. Oh. Just a little bit.
Am I lagging again?
I think you're kind of back. You're kind of back.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll rock with it. So they fight the Transformers. I like to say there's a fun scene about like Doc mixing 2 chemicals together and throwing it at the wall, and it makes a big explosion. And we somehow allude that to how he was a combat medic, which that makes no sense at all. But like, whatever, because they're gonna fight the ninjas, find at the location, and then when they're on like the elevator up, they do like their personal reveals about who they were and like all their past and shit. I was say we haven't done a good job at sprinkling in Lucy's backstory. You know?
Yeah.
But I don't know where we would tie that in.
Oh, what did we say her backstory was? Oh yeah, she was a criminal. She was a criminal. Okay, we can fit that in there.
She is a criminal.
Instead of maybe he mixes chemicals in together, and maybe during the whole prison fight, she knows the layout of the prison just a little too well. She figures like, there should be a shank hidden in this vent up here somewhere if I know this vent. And he's like, how the fuck do you know there's a shank in that vent?
Oh, she knows how to make the chemicals, whatever. And he's like, that's not a very police thing to know. And she's like, well, maybe there's a lot to me you don't know.
There you go. That works. At this point, and then after the fight, they do their personal reveals. Doc reveals he was a combat medic during the war.
That'll be once we get to the tower. We still got to do the ninja fight.
Okay.
Because they haven't fought the ninjas yet. They fought the Transformers, and now they're broke into the stamp warehouse to fight the ninjas, and they got to meet Kevin Hart again.
Oh fuck! You're right. Okay. During the oh shit! Don't pull back. During the fight, at the finale of the Ninja Headquarters fight, they meet Ninja Kevin Hart. Sensei Ninja Kevin Hart. At this point, shit, is that, okay? So where in this is the script? Is this still the intro? Are we like getting at the midpoint now?
Yeah, this is like the midpoint. So I think the zombies need to come in soon.
Yeah, I feel like this is the point that where we got to use the midpoint as the reveal of, oh my god, Bladen's a villain, and also he's rising zombies. It's got to like all come at this point. And I also feel like
so. We do?
Sorry, go ahead.
So they fight the ninjas. They talk to Ninja Kevin Hart. Ninja Kevin Hart tells them about how Bladen's been the bad guy the whole time. and his plans to make a zombie apocalypse happen so that he can be the richest man in the world. And nobody questioned that. That's what his plan is. Don't question it. And right as like they find that reveal, that's when like the zombies start walking around and shit. And now they gotta fight zombies on their way to Bladen's tower.
Yes. So they're going to start a zombie apocalypse. The zombie apocalypse start, and they have to begin making their escape. So they still got to fight their ninjas. Then they got to get up to the surface, and they got to start fighting zombies.
Yeah, but the thing is, they want to finish this, so they do want to go up to Bladen's tower to fight him. So before they escape, they wanna confront the Bladen in his tower. So that's going to be our final dramatic fight scene is up in Bladen's tower, and there's going to be zombies, ninjas, and prisoners, and everything.
Oh god, this is exhausting. It's literally
lot of dude, the fucking budget behind this movie is going to be ridiculous.
Who
for the amount of
this movie? Who bought this movie? Who thought this was a good idea? It's a buddy cop sci-fi zombie ninja movie? Who the fuck?
Stamps.com.
Man, Hollywood's really running out of ideas.
Hey, it ain't a remake. I mean, it is a ripoff, but it ain't a remake.
That's true.
So,
that's true.
They fight. I think they're fighting through the zombies, and then they see that through the terror of the prisoners breaking out and the zombies and the ninjas that the town is basically destroyed. And that's when they realize it's like we just gotta get out of here. But then Lucy's like, I got one last stop before we get out of here. And that's when they go to what was his last name again? Techstorm or something?
Techstorm. Wait, what?
Did we give Bladen a last name?
I didn't give a last name. I thought it was just a mononym.
All right, it's just called.
He's like Cher. It's just Bladen.
Okay. They go to Bladen Industries Tower and fight their way through the lobby to get to the elevator so they can go confront Bladen. And that's when, in the elevator, they reveal their pasts. That's when they do the truth dump about who they are.
All right. That works. Bladen Borkowski. Bladen Borkowski, that's not bad, but I kind of like him just being a mononym. He's Bladen. Oh, Russian. Yeah, okay, yeah, Russian. A Russian.
Okay,
Russian
he can be heavily Russian, but we'll leave Bladen. I like just Bladen.
Yes. But they do two drama about who they are. Okay, so what happens when they reach the top of the tower?
Well, first of all, Bladen's sitting at his desk drinking a glass of champagne by himself. He's like waiting for them, and he's like, you've arrived, I see, or something like that. He's waiting for him up there.
Okay, I'm going to straight up rip off and spoil the movie that I mentioned earlier, the one that I wrote. And I'm going to tell you what I think should happen. The villain is going to start monologuing. Okay. Bladen is going to be like, what are you going to do? You know how rich I am? What are you going to do? Bring me in to prison? You got me charged and going to prison? I'm just going to break out of prison, and I'm too rich, you can't hurt me. There's nothing you can possibly do. And then she pulls out a gun and shoots him in the face. He tries to give the whole monologue, but like, oh, you're a good cop, you wouldn't hurt someone. She just shoots him in the fucking face. She doesn't wait for him to finish the sentence. There's no like, no, you're a good cop, you wouldn't hurt anyone. Your system is flawed because I'm just gonna get out of prison. And she just like, no, fuck you, you're dead.
Mm-hmm. I like that. And I think that he goes like monologues around, like he's got this big skyscraper, lots of windows, and he goes and like leans on the front of his desk and he's like, so what are you gonna do, officer? And then she just fucking pops his ass or something like that, and then she's like, I ain't a cop no more, or something like that. I don't know.
Okay. What if
oh my god, what if she was holding what if she was like holding the gun, and then he's like, oh, not very much of an officer, are you? Like, trying to uphold the law, which is completely not paying attention to how many other people she's killed throughout the story, but whatever. And like, she's holding it up, and then she's like, I'm not a cop, or I am a cop, but he's not. In that fucking dock, just quick draw just fucking blasts him in the face.
I love it. It's perfect.
Oh my god, did he gets shot in the chest and stumbles and goes to the window and he falls through the window. So we Hans Launder him too.
Yeah, just for no reason, he goes and just falls into the glass shatters, and we have to have that one overhead shot of him just like falling towards the ground.
Well, before he does that though, you see him go up to his desk and his like bloody hand hits like a screen, and then he stumbles back and falls out. So the reveal after they kill him is that they go to the desk and he set the tower to self-destruct, and it's basically going to nuke the entire city, which would kill the zombies, but is also just going to blow up anybody that could have survived. But we don't talk about that.
Yeah, so I'm guessing that they just get into a helicopter or a plane or something and just fly away.
Yep. They get onto his private helicopter on the roof. And there's like a joke about like Doc used to fly these back in the war. She was like, really? And he was like, nope, I'm lying.
I was about to say exactly the same thing. On the roof and fly away.
And then...
Go ahead.
No, so like... They just fly away, and then the explosion in the distance, and they get out. And then... like Doc says, like, basically is like, I got a feeling like this isn't over. And then she was like, me too. And then they fly away into the distance. And then maybe we'll have an after credit scene of like a zombie seemingly making it out of there, so that implying that the zombies could still happen. Setting up the sequel, because you always got to set up the sequel.
Of course, of course. Even in the one where we don't have to set up a cinematic universe, we don't have to set up a sequel, we're going to set up a sequel. We have to.
Oh, we're going to set up a sequel.
Okay.
Absolutely have to.
I feel like we have ourselves a solid story with absolutely no holes, absolutely perfect character development, very sellable screenplay here.
I love that our main antagonist wanted to become the richest man in the world by starting the zombie apocalypse, and we never explained how he would ever do that. We're just saying that that's what he wanted.
I love that we have the actions that the two main characters go on, but we never actually talk about what their relationship is like. We never test their relationship at all or develop it throughout the entire thing. They're just, oh, we're friends, and we're going to start killing people together.
And we're going to be badass together. I will say the only true testament to their characters is that Lucy still shows a bit of restraint for like the law or morals in some way, but it's demonstrated at the end that Doc truly doesn't. He has his own own code of laws. So as much as they are both loose cannons, I guess it actually shows at the end that Doc's a little bit more of a... but it's still reserved. It's not an angry thing he did. It was like a calculated thing. But I mean, they still have like their badass one-liners and stuff about it. So like, I actually really like it. I like what we got going there. Last thing we need is a wonderful title for this story.
I feel like between either Cash and Doc and Cash, I feel like that's a good start. But obviously, like any good movie, it needs to have a colon in there and a subtitle.
Is that any good movie or just the ones that we like?
No, the ones we like are great. Obviously, we don't like bad movies. My favorite Fast and Furious movie isn't Tokyo Drift.
All right, Tokyo Drift's my favorite too.
Exactly.
All right, Doc. Doc and Cash. It's got New San Francisco 2100 or San Francisco. What the fuck was the name? Doc and Cash, San Francisco 2100.
Perfect. The audience will know exactly what is going on when they read this title of the movie. It's not. Doesn't make no sense. It makes perfect sense. Not confusing or convoluted.
As we always say, if any of you lovely viewers out there would like to turn this movie into a script and produce it, you can go ahead. We just ask for 30% each. That's it. 30% of the revenue.
That's all.
That's a steal. You don't even have to do half the casting because it's just Kevin Hart. It's simple.
He's playing every other role in the movie. He's playing all the ninjas, all the Transformers. We got Kevin Hart to do mocap for all of them. Don't ask us how much it costs, but we got him to do it all.
A lot. It was a lot. It was a lot of money.
Yeah, it was 92% of the budget. It was crazy.
Just,
I mean, we were gonna give him 90, but then he demanded that other 2%, and it's like, fuck, Kevin Hart, you kind of got us by the balls here.
Yeah, we just had to. Alrighty. That ends today's show. We're going to be going into the post show that is, I think it's not live, but it's only available to our Patreon exclusive members. As always, I am Liberty Roundtree.
I'm Colin Burns.
There we go.
Mic pause.
Yeah, I think I'm lagging again.
Yeah,
it's okay.
All right, I'll take it. All right. The Liberty Roundtree with Colin Burns, Riding with Dice. We'll be back again next week. Have a good night, everyone. Bye.